a few weeks or a few months later, you fell off. And now you feel like you lack discipline. You feel like it's the same roller coaster all over again. And you're not sure why. It feels like you're fighting against yourself. It feels like you just can't stay consistent. Hi, I'm Dr. Moni Brown. I'm a medical doctor. I'm also a health and fitness coach. And personally, I've lost over 45 pounds and kept it off in some of my busiest seasons: injuries, rehabilitation, relocation, and so much more. So, in this video, I'm going to talk to you and explain why you might feel like you're self sabotaging. And I'll give you a few simple tips, just two that you can actually start applying right now. So, the first thing is the plan that you're following might not be sustainable. And let me explain. Maybe you're following the perfect plan, the plan that allows you to go to the gym 5, 6, 7 days per week, every single day, the plan that allows you to do an hour or 2 hours walk every single day, the plan that allows you to do your meal prep perfectly, spending 3, 4 hours in the kitchen, eating only from home, well curated Pinterest type meals or the TikTok meals that are super high in protein and super organic and healthy. And there's nothing wrong with that. But the problem with that plan is that plan is made for the perfect life. And the problem is things happen. For example, just just Monday, I forgot my lunch and I was in office. Now, the closest places for me to get food: Burger King and McDonald's. And in the perfect world, that would be horrible because none of them are clean. They're all fast food. The other option would be Uber Eats. Again, none of them is really that healthy, anyways. Now, the few healthy options that I could use with Uber Eats would be like a 20 minutes wait. That's not very helpful if you're hungry, right? So I opted to get Burger King. And my Burger King order was very simple. It's a triple whopper. Yes, triple. No mayo, no ketchup, and no cheese. I don't do cheese because I have eczema. And overall, that came up to around 800, 900 calories and around 70 grams of protein. I did a Coke Zero, no fries. And you might say, oh my gosh, you had fast food. You fell off, but I did not. You see, I stayed within my calories. I still hit my protein goal because when I went home, I went to my regular home cooked meal, which was simply ground turkey and boiled potatoes. You see, because my plan is flexible, but your plan requires that you eat healthy 100% of the time. My plan allows me to eat healthy 80 to 90% of the time and still be flexible, staying within my calorie goals so that I don't gain the weight back, and also I don't feel starved or famished or hungry, because the truth is, when we are all hungry, we make very bad decisions. Now, in a perfect world, you'd say, you know what, I'm just gonna skip lunch and wait until I get home. Unfortunately, you might get caught in traffic. Yeah, so unfortunately, you might get caught in traffic. That's another 5 hours after lunch, or 6 hours. By the time you are starving. So if you're starving, by the time you get home, what is that going to lead to? You're gonna be super hungry. You're gonna overeat. And when you overeat, what's gonna happen? Then you're gonna feel bad. You might need something sweet. So when you need something sweet, then you might want a brownie, a cookie, and then you feel even worse because you're saying, oh my gosh, I fell off. I know you would have had way more calories than you would have needed to. You see, because in the perfect world, you're gonna skip eating out, you're gonna skip having the next best option for the cleanest option, and then you're gonna feel like you're falling off because you've been going without food for the past 10 hours. Now, the second reason why you feel like you're fighting against yourself, other than the fact that your plan is highly unsustainable, is you haven't made it a priority. And with making it a priority, I mean this very simply: you have a lot of responsibilities and you're trying to do too much. So, with doing too much, what does that look like? It looks like you pick your family up, you go to the gym, you stay late at work, you have to stop and get groceries for someone, you have to clean, you have to wash, you have to cook. You see, all of these small tasks, it sounds like it's not a lot, but it adds up to around 10, 15 very small tasks throughout the day, which slowly takes away your time. And I'll give my own example. If I'm supposed to wash dishes every time I use a dish, which is around 4 times for the day, that is like 4 10-minute blocks, which is 40 minutes. And it sounds like it's not much, but in 40 minutes, I can do a live stream like this. So sometimes it is that you are doing so much throughout the day that by the end of the day, your brain is tired and you feel like the day disappeared from you, because it actually did. You had to respond to an email, you had a call, you had to call a family member to talk them down, and then that's it into your gym time or your meal prep time or the time for you to go for a walk. So by the end of the day, you're just exhausted and you just want to watch Netflix. And that is natural, that is normal. So the counter for that is to make it a priority. Block out your gym time or your walk time and make it intentional. And what that means is, maybe it means that you just wake up an hour earlier than your spouse or your kids and you go to the gym. Maybe it means that you invest in a personal trainer so that you know what your exact workouts are instead of having to think about it every single time, and you follow the plan and the progression and get your body adapted to it. Maybe it means you invest in a meal prep service. Maybe it means that you buy pre-cut vegetables and pre-cut fruit. Like, I don't cut my fruits. My watermelon is always pre-cut simply because I don't want the time that it takes to cut the watermelon. And it sounds minuscule, but in that 30 minutes of cutting up the watermelon, that is where I get my 30-minute walk in. And that walk is imperative for my mental health and for me to get my steps in and for me to just unwind and be de stressed. So it's, how do you make it a priority? See, sometimes it means that you have to block the time out. And this leads to the third one: you're not flexible. Your lack of flexibility makes it hard for you to maintain a lifestyle. It feels like you have to white knuckle and willpower it through because everything must require the perfect circumstances. Everything must be perfect at every single time for you to get the results, which is why you can do it for 2 months, 3 months, get the results. But as soon as life happens, you get too busy, you feel stressed, you get overwhelmed, you get anxious, your boss yelled at you need to travel, or you had a bad week or a bad day. Everything comes crashing down because your plan is built on the perfect day. And the perfect day doesn't happen that frequently. You see, your kids are going to get in trouble at school. Your partner is going to want to go out for dinner. You're going to get caught in traffic. You're going to get a flat tire. Someone is going to bad drive you on the freeway. Life is going to happen. And because life is going to happen, you need to learn how to be more flexible and learn how to adjust. And that is going to be one of the biggest takeaways, because if your plan is too rigid, that plan does not allow you to truly succeed and stay consistent, which is why you keep feeling like you're falling off and you're not disciplined enough. When the truth is, you just don't have enough time. Like, that is not, that's just you not having enough time, right? Because we all get the same 24 hours in a day. And if you think you're if you think you're gonna have more time, what do you think is gonna happen? We get the same 24 hours in a day. It's gonna feel overwhelming. It's gonna feel stressful. It's gonna feel like you're trying so hard but you're not seeing the results. Hi everyone. Thank you for joining and watching. Right? So that's gonna be important to learn how to be flexible. So what are the two things that I think you should do? Well, the two simple things that you can do right now to make it a little bit more doable and to actually turn this into a lifestyle is one, to become more aware of where your time is going. And my personal favorite way of doing this is doing a time audit. The time audit, basically every hour you have an alarm on your phone that goes off and you write down, what have you been doing? What have you been doing for the past 1 hour? I've been at my desk answering emails, scrolling on TikTok, whatever it is. And there's no judgment in this. This is just for awareness. Okay, that means that between the hours of 9 and 12, I'm at the desk. So, is it possible for me to go for a 10-minute walk between that time? Maybe. That adds up. Is it possible for me to do a 15-minute walk after lunch? Maybe. And when I'm commuting, well, maybe I could just park a little bit further in the parking lot and then walk to the car before my 1 hour drive home. Ah, nice. And is it possible for me to just go straight to the gym after work? Or can I go to the gym before? You see, if you give yourself those awareness of the time and how your time is allotted, it makes it a lot harder for you to feel like you're falling off, right? Now, the next thing is you need to redesign your plan, a plan that is more flexible, not a plan that is perfect. I follow the 80-20 rule when it comes to meals. 80% of my meals should be home cooked as natural as possible, which means I'm going to make it my point of duty to make my meals simple so that I can recreate them very quickly. And I think you should do the same. Have your go to meals for when you're eating out. For example, when life happens, maybe you forgot your lunch, you left it on the counter, it fell out the car, whatever happened, right? I remember one day I was driving, got out the car, and all my food just turned over. And I was like, I don't have any food today. My go to is the same backup because BK is right there. Okay, so it's gonna be BK and it's gonna be a double whopper, no cheese, no mayo, no ketchup, no fries. The bare minimum. And I'm gonna get this much calories, this much protein. That's it. I'm gonna have a Coke Zero. The rule is I'm never gonna drink my calories. So it's gonna be a Coke Zero because that's what they serve. Not gonna drink a regular Coke. Got it. If I'm out and it's traffic, okay, then maybe it's a protein shake or it's a Chobani Greek yogurt shake. Got it. The bare minimum. That's it. When I go home, I go back to eating regular. You see, if you approach it from this standpoint, you find that your plan becomes more flexible. And now, for the workout aspect of it, maybe you need the bare minimum for your days. Bare minimum, which is the floor of what I'm expected to do, is hit 10,000 steps. It's not a workout, it's not 90 minutes in the gym, it's not a progressive overload set, the bare minimum. And I schedule in my workouts. The baseline for a good week is 3 workouts. That's the baseline. I must hit 3 workouts. 3 workouts every day, 10,000 steps. Baseline. When you have these baselines now, it helps you to start structuring your week. So when you find out, oh, there's 2 days and I didn't go to the gym, you don't feel like you're failing. You realize that, oh, 2 days, there are 5 other days. I can still hit 3 workouts this week. Got it. Okay. It's It's 5 p.m. and I can't go to the gym, but I can hit my steps. Got it. 30 minutes or a 1 hour walk on the treadmill while I'm watching a movie. You see, it's when you start putting in these small practices in place where it becomes sustainable, because this is how you start building a life, the lifestyle that you can maintain. Because there are weeks that I go to the gym 4 times, but with my current schedule for the past year, it's really been 3 days per week. Maybe in the whole year so far, I've hit the gym 3 or 4 times that I've hit 4 or 5 workouts in one single week. Other than that, it's been 3 workouts, but I've hit 10,000 steps every single day. So get clear on what your goal is, write it down, and what do you need to do to maintain those results. Start developing a plan that allows you to be flexible, not just with your meals, but with your workouts. And flexibility isn't about being indisciplined. It takes discipline to sit down and do this, right? Um, it's it's just you course correcting so that you never feel like you're falling off, because now you take the feelings out of the equation and you actually see what you're doing wrong. Okay, this is what I'm doing wrong. This is what I'm doing. I still had a great week because I hit 5 workouts. I still had a great week because I hit 3 workouts. I still had a great week because I hit my calories and my protein. That's it. Like, it doesn't have to be um, an emotional roller coaster, and you don't have to feel like you're constantly falling off. So that's what I wanted to share, and I hope this clarifies a lot more for you. And I'm going to say hi to everyone in the comments. Hi. And your hair is fabulous. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. And I appreciate you just watching and being here. Thank you. I hope this was beneficial. And if you need help creating a plan and a system that you can actually follow for your lifestyle and your busiest season, send me a DM message and we'll talk about it. All right.